Luke Edwards, he, aside from writing his article, which we reacted to, he also went on TalkSport to talk. So let's take a listen.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was reading your piece today. You've focused on something he talked about, the Saudi tax that maybe before he got into the job he didn't think existed, but certainly in this window he has seen it. He has seen it in action because everybody thinks you've got absolute fortunes to spend on players.
Yeah, that was certainly one of the leap out sort of strands. There were a lot of them actually. It was an hour and a half. The interview, which is, in my sort of long journalistic career, is quite unusual for a sporting director or indeed anybody to sit there for an hour and a half with reporters. But yeah, he talked about the Saudi tax. And I think that has been an issue ever since the takeover happened. I think if you remember those heady days of October, November 2021, when they were going to be signing Mbappe and Messi and Ronaldo and all the world's biggest stars, there's been this kind of misconception that Newcastle, yes, they do have the world's richest owners in Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, but because of PSR, the dreaded PSR that we're all sick of talking about, what we have to do these days, they are unable to spend that money. But I think clubs, it's taken a while for clubs to kind of catch on. Now, what I will say about Mitchell saying this, I think it is genuine. I think a lot of what he said on that subject was good. I don't think that excuses spending a month trying to sign Mark Gahey and then failing and not having any alternative any targets or bids in for players. So I think it's important they probably did draw that line in the sand. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward in January and next summer. But again, I don't really think any of what he said yesterday particularly let him off the hook with the Mark Gahey transfer.
I mean, there was, Steve Parry said it on this station, there was a price that they would have been interested at. And I'm sure Newcastle knew what it was, which makes you wonder about these little increments of 5 million that didn't quite cut it. It was conducted publicly, and he said, I'm not going to just sign players for my ego, but it wasn't a good look, was it really?
No, it wasn't a good look, and I liked all that stuff he said about not signing a player for his ego. I think that was very sensible. I liked what he said about, he can't be judged on his first window, that he has to be judged on sort of 3, 4, 5 windows. These are all very, very sensible stuff, but again, it goes back to, as you say, it was a month-long pursuit and a very public pursuit. To only withdraw from that pursuit with 48 hours, less than 48 hours of the window to go, and then put in a rather farcical last-day bid for Anthony Elanga at Nottingham Forest as well, I think the window was a mess, and I applaud Paul Mitchell for coming out and talking about it, but I noticed he didn't want to take any responsibility for it whatsoever, and I have had various conversations with people today. It was almost like he was playing his get out of jail free card, really, for me, in that not me, Gov. I didn't have anything to do with this window. I was only the sporting director who was leading all the negotiations, and he's 90% in charge of recruitment. But what he was saying was, it all happened. I came in too late. All the targets were already decided. All I did was try and make the deals happen. Bottom line, you didn't make the deals happen, and the targets you had didn't move to Newcastle, which leaves them, leaves Eddie Howe with one hand tied behind his back for the season ahead.
Ooh. At the end, I thought it was going to go well, but at the end, he did, throw a dart. The Mighty Wayne thinks everything is good, and they're all having a picnic right now. Well, no, it's too late.
Absolutely.
Well, look at that. Little Luke throwing the dart at the end. Well, go on, Mighty Wayne. Everything good?
Well, I agree almost word for word with every single thing he said there, including the dart.
So you do think that Paul Mitchell kind of wanted to wash his hands and say, I ain't got nothing to do with this?
Yeah. That's exactly what I think.
You didn't say that though before, so I just kind of.
I did say that before. I've said it all along.
Yeah.
This window wasn't his doing. He wasn't in the job long enough for to make any reasonable suggestions.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing, which is fine.
As far as the centre half goes, Eddie, he's looked at his alternatives and says, no, if that's the best you've got, as good as they are, I'd rather hang about and wait till I can get the man that I want.
Yeah.
Or do without. I'm happy to go with what I've got, and as I've said again before, if we had signed an unknown player called Emil Kraft that nobody had ever seen before, and he'd come in and done the job that Emil Kraft's done while Cher's been suspended, everybody would have been over the moon saying, wow, who's this kid we've got in here?
Yeah, I don't know about all that. But man, this guy right here, he's falling asleep, man. What's up with this guy, man? He's just been chilling. You're not the same Roy, man. It's weird.
At work. He had a long shift, man.
Temper. Yeah, long day.
You got to give it up to him for it. Well, I've been working as well, but I'm saying
I'm blocked on Twitter by Luke Edwards, so he's a twat. But
oh my god, this dude fights with everybody on Twitter, man.
He talks shit. That's why.
Why did he block you? That's what I want to know. Why did he block you?
I can't remember. It's been a few years now.
Because I'm sure he called him out his name.
I called him something, and it was something bullshit he posted because he does a lot of clickbait and it pisses our fans off.
But
I just hate that.
Right, but back to Mitchell quickly.
Yeah, go
on. Like I said before, I said to Gary earlier, I saw this coming because he's obviously not going to after that transfer window. He ain't going to just sit there and say nothing. He's like, "F that, I'm going to have my say." You get what I'm saying? I kind of, I've always said I get on both ends a little bit, but at the same time, where is the orders or the instructions coming from above? Because for me, even though Mitchell might have a little point, back himself, he still had bloody 2 months, bro. I don't care if it's your first window. Like, that's inexcusable. Like, at the same time, I get him a little bit, but that's inexcusable. So that's why probably he's come out to say, like, look, we could have signed some players, but the other guy doesn't want it. Eddie Howe is alluding to. So I get it. He's came out, he said his piece. So now it'll be interesting when Eddie Howe has his pre-match press conference. Because trust me, they will be coming to ask him that. That's the first thing. You know that's coming.
And that's why on Friday, the thumbnail for Friday is literally Eddie Howe pre-match conference.
Straight away. You saw about Paul Mitchell. You know how they start the conversation.
Yeah. It's Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Eddie, what's your take on that? Get me. It's gonna be interesting what Eddie says. Even though he's well spoken and has to be polite, it's gonna be interesting what he says. Because initially, before Mitchell came out, initially he tried to almost not have an in-house public spat because he kind of like said, "Nah, you know, if you don't sign no players, then that's all right." Like he smiled and said, "It is what it is," and he kind of like a little bit back Mitchell and everyone, like everything's cool. Straight after that, Mitchell said what he said. So I know behind the scenes, Eddie Howe's pissed, Nixon's pissed, Amanda Stavrey, even Ashworth. You know, we don't really care about Ashworth right now. They're all pissed. You get what I'm saying? Like, right, this guy's just literally throwing everyone under the bus. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I can't wait for the press conference because that question will come at him. Trust me, with force.
I think the press conference is going to be all about team selection. I don't think the transfer window.
You're that naive. It has nothing to do with transfer window, man. Because Paul Mitchell, it's not about transfer window. It's not about a transfer window. It's not about a transfer window. This Paul Mitchell. What? Excuse me. Is he off work until next window, or is he in the building? I hope he's showing up because he can pay millions. So I hope he's. You know, they have to still work together, bro. So
and they will work. And they all work together.
Don't be naive, man. Don't be naive. Right,
no, I'm not being naive. You are just being. They're just totally. Everyone's just looking for the negatives all over the place. Instead
of fact, though, Win, that's going to happen, though. They're going to come out.
It's going to happen, though.
For 15 minutes, Matt Mitchell.
The reporters will ask about Mitchell. I mean, this.
Let's just say if it does happen, eh?
You really don't. You really don't think. You don't think football reporters are going to ask him about the Mitchell statements? You really don't think that?
Well, we've already had it. We've already had a press conference from Eddie since the Mitchell statement.
No, we didn't.
I don't think so.
No, we didn't. We haven't been playing, man. No, we didn't. This happened literally in the break. See, you don't even know your times, man. You're in Portugal over there with your old shirt. Come on, man.
The mamacitas.
Which, by the way, be right. It says Fashion Police are right now on the phone to Interpol. with that shirt you got on, man.
Win, man. Win's a legend, man.
Be careful what you show us, man. Oh, look at that. Hey, that's proper right there, man. Look at that swimming pool.
Living life, yeah.
You know what? You know what he's gonna do later on, man.
He's gonna go skinny dipping.
You know, silly,
Yeah,
He gonna get it right, man. Hey, he's on the hunt tonight, bro. Oh, he's on the hunt tonight, man. Oh man, did you take your blue pill, man? You're all sorted.
2 a.m. skinny dipping.
There's no
man.
kids watching, man. Fuck, you know, it's late now.
You definitely pill after skinny dipping.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
2 a.m. skinny dipping.
How did we go from Paul Mitchell to this? Fuck, you know.
Welcome to the channel, man.
Welcome to Talk TV, man.
You know, crazy.
Let's go. Shout out to Jordan Religion. He's back, of course. Thank you, brother, for the kindly donations as well. JJ says when they rush through the emergency meeting changes the shackle us. They never dreamed it would shackle everyone. You reap what you sow. What are we talking about here? Oh, the PSR stuff.
Well, no, I think he's referring mainly there to the associated party transaction stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Which shackled Man City.
The Mighty Ben. I would play the Mighty Win shirt at left back. Cut off that channel. Nobody's going near that. That's a good one. That's a good one right there, man. That's a good one. Terminator Seed, I agree. I think Hall needs to be a first choice and be allowed to develop. He will make mistakes at times, but he's immensely talented.
And he's improving as well. He's improving.
Yeah, that's right.
You want them to make those mistakes when they aren't going to cost us.
But when Longstaff makes them, he doesn't say nothing. When Byrne makes them, he doesn't say nothing.
He's getting better at those mistakes. And I think he's going to try and cement that left back role for England. I really think he's in the plans at the moment as it stands with Carsley. Who else is doing their left back?
Do mistakes.
Yeah.
Longstaff doesn't do mistakes. He's invisible.
Don't get me started on that. Yeah, big up to Longstaff, man.
Oh man, Mighty Win is gonna be on a hunt tonight, man.
He barely touches the ball to do any mistakes. Longstaff.
Mighty Win gonna give the long arm of the law tonight, boy.
Yeah.
Ooh, for that shirt. All right.
Bonani Magnet.
Are you wearing the Royston scents?
I've got the Royston on tonight.
Oh, yeah. Man, it's over. It is over.
What is it? Is it the Bacaraban one?
Oh man!
No, I've got the that bottle was too big to go in your hand luggage for security reasons.
Oh,
so I've got the 50 mil. Lamal, yeah.
Except for the Punani.
Oh, it's gonna get laid out tonight, man. It's gonna be howling out there, man. It's gonna be a moonlight in Portugal, in Madeira, Portugal, man.